Will you end up in court as a result of a self-defense shooting? We'll address that topic in this video with noted criminal defense attorney Tom Grieve. But first, let me tell you to stick around all the way to the end of this video because we have a gun giveaway going on and it ends soon. You need to click on the link and find out what gun we're giving away. I'm Kevin Michalowski, Director of Content here at the U.S. Concealed Carry Association. And if you're new to this channel, I want you to know that we provide you information about what to do before, during, and after any deadly force incident. Now let's get to this topic. Tom, are you going to end up in court if you're involved in a self-defense shooting?
Definitely maybe. And I know that's the answer that you really wanted to hear, but it's the truth. Let's talk about why, though. Even if you do everything properly, you can drop the same fact pattern on 10 different prosecutors' desks, and you may wind up with 10 different opinions. Maybe 5 of them are saying no charges, 5 of them are saying misdemeanor, or, the other 5 have a hill to climb of misdemeanors to felonies, and you name it. So reasonable minds will differ. And that's the reason why, best case scenario, you're not even in that room in the first place because you had the proper education and training to identify any threats that are out there and avoid the mistakes and the landmines that may have led to that incident using now 2020 hindsight. And boy, if I'd only seen this particular video or read this particular article or whatever, wherever it is that you got it, whatever would have kept you out of that situation, trust me, it's worth it.
And people need to understand too that we're not talking about an overnight thing. This is not 54 minutes of a TV show. This is responding officers and investigating officers, and then sending over the reports to the district attorney. And how long does this all take? How long is this going to play out before you finally end up in court?
Right. Potentially right away.
Yeah.
You might be in court within 24 hours from the incident. But more commonly, particularly if you did a good job or as good of a job as you could do under the circumstances, you may be in a weeks or even months environment. But look, if you've got a body in the ground, it doesn't get any more serious than that for the prosecutors. Yep. They want to protect the community, and if they think that you are indeed a threat and if you are a menace to the community, the last thing they want to do is let you out on bond without any kind of charges, okay? But simultaneously, they're also going to want to get this right, and they don't want to put a bunch of charges out there only to, get their butts kicked around in court, a year down the line or however long it might be. So there's a balancing act that they need to walk there. And if the facts themselves and if the initial evidence coming out of the incident, the initial witness statements, maybe a video or a 911 call, something like that doesn't definitely nail down charges as, yes, we're going to go with this. We always have things like medical examiners. Those are the folks doing the autopsies, possible toxicology screens, looking for drugs or any kind of substances that could have acted as an agent on either the decedent, the person who was shot and is now deceased, perhaps that's the attacker, and the good guy, the person who did their absolute best to follow the laws and only shot to stop the threat to protect themselves. That's a good guy on a bad day. And our firm is full of those clients, and there may not be much differing them from you.
Yeah.
And that's the scary part. You need to be mindful of what could have led some of those people there, because you know what? Sometimes it's unavoidable.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just unavoidable.
And kind of to sum up, I mean, if not to keep going around in a circle, but what can the good guy, the person defending him or herself, what can the good guy do to make sure that we start the narrative off on the right foot, that this story is going in the right direction to now that we survived, now keep us out of court?
The good guys never get to choose the where, when, how, why of why the bad guys attack, right? What we can do is through education and training to prepare ourselves and to stack the deck in our favor of how are we going to respond, to put our brains and our bodies as best we can through those type of scenarios to ensure our highest chances at a great outcome, both to survive the initial engagement, the initial deadly force incident, but really just as importantly in many ways to survive the legal aftermath. Because either one can be catastrophic.
Yeah, and I'm thinking that it's going to be really good to be able to speak through your attorney to the authorities to explain the training you had and why you did what you did.
Absolutely.
So, well, thank you very much for that insight. Always a pleasure talking to you. I always get something great out of these things when we come together. So, folks, thank you for staying all the way to the end of this video. Now, as promised, there is a gun giveaway. It's going to be ending soon. A link down in the description. Click on that link. You get to learn what kind of gun you get the chance to win. I'm Kevin Michalowski, Director of Content for the U.S. Concealed Carry Association. If you like these videos, subscribe to this channel and click that notification bell. We'll notify you every time we come out with a new video. Until then, stay safe.